something I've been seeing on my social media here over the last several weeks, or even more, I guess, is this magnet fishing. Has anybody heard about magnet fishing?
Never heard of it.
I never heard of it until you fired up the group text.
So these videos would show up on my Instagram, and I didn't know if they were jokes, parodies, or what, but these, I mean, some of them are, but there's this one guy in particular, I can't even think of the handle, but he films himself. All you really see is him pulling up something, which is either a knife or traditional things, right? Everyday, whatever you might find in a hardware store, all kinds of items. But it'll come up and he'll say it'll be a butter knife, and he'll be like, "Look, switchblade." He just says these funny things, right? And it's pretty funny, honestly, to be honest with you. But I was wondering, watching the video, whether I thought if it was real or not. Like, is magnet fish? I'd never heard of it till recently, and I was wondering if magnet fishing was a real thing. Like, you could really throw it, and apparently it is, right? So I started watching more videos. The magnet is as big as your phone. It's not very big. Very powerful, though. They have different magnets, like different power, different types of magnets as far as what it will pull up, the strength of the magnet. But they also have magnets that just are going to magnetize on the base. Then they have magnets that will magnetize on both sides, and then they have these other magnets that are kind of shaped like a paperweight that is 360, right? You can buy all types of magnets to do this. You tie it to a rope, you throw it over a bridge, a boat, wherever you think somebody might drop something in the water.
Fridges would be a good start.
Fridge?
Bridges.
Yeah, a bridge.
Yeah.
Right, so wherever you think somebody might drop something in the water, and people apparently pull stuff out, like bikes even.
Really?
Like if you, I guess around, they have this in New York City or any other place where there's canals and whatnot, where people might be riding bikes close by. All types of things fall into those little waterways.
Yeah.
And so and those are everywhere. And so you never know. I don't know. I bought a couple kits. They're not expensive. I mean, I know I'm probably buying junk off of Amazon, not the real good stuff, but
some people were they were tweeting out that you could find old bombs and
sure.
military stuff.
Yeah, so there's some looking further into it. Yeah, I've seen some guys that have quite the collection of old rifles and all types of things that they pull off the bottom of these creeks. A lot of people do metal detecting in creeks too, like underwater metal detecting. So, especially in areas where there might have been old battles and whatnot, battlegrounds and so forth. A lot of times, a lot of the land has been searched pretty thoroughly, but rarely do people actually go through the trouble of getting down in a creek or something, a creek bed, where somebody might have rested or to get some water or whatever, and left something behind. So anyhow, that kind of stuff, I think for me that kind of stuff has a connection to the abandoned, lost speedway sort of mystique thing that I'm kind of crazy about as it is. So anyways, I got a couple kits. I'm gonna go get on the pontoon. I'm gonna go out there and throw the damn magnet in the water and see if hopefully my knot's tied really good, and maybe I pull something up. Probably going to go over to the sandbar at the lake, and I looked. It's legal. It's not illegal. There's no federal regulations against magnet fishing other than trespassing.
Yeah.
And so I figure that, hell, I've been on boats where shits fell off at the sandbar, so I know there's some phones, sunglasses, all those traditional things that you might think you might drop or lose at the lake.
I was going to say, between the sandbar or Cocktail Cove, you could probably find Cocktail Cove would be a good one. You could probably find some crazy stuff there.
Probably pull up a case of the clap if you ain't careful.
Cocktail Cove has been around
Is that magnetic?
for which one I think's been around for longer? The Cocktail Cove, I think.
I think, yeah.
So maybe that's where you would find some of the older flip phone stuff.
There you go.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Nextel walkie-talkies.
Yeah. You probably sell them to some millennials that don't know what it looks like, too.
Yep. So that we're going to get into that. And I think that Morgan Overstreet here at Junior Motorsports and Dirty Mo Media is going to go with us. Maybe we'll make some creative, fun social media content out of that. before we move on, we did have a great response on Twitter. I reached out and said, "Hey, what do I need to know about magnet fishing?" And boy, did Twitter come through with some great comments. Brandon said, "Man, you already been on TikTok too long." Not funny.
Well, I'm trying to follow it. Wait. You've, in response to magnet fishing.
Yes.
Oh, he's saying okay. He just says you just got caught up into a trend or whatever.
Been
He's
in
in a
down
warm-
a rabbit
warm
hole.
Black hole, yeah.
In a world. Yeah.
Roush Racing says, "I don't know much about it other than I've heard there's some positives and negatives."
Yeah, that's fun.
That's a good dad
that's
joke.
That's a good dad joke.
Jeff Burton. So we were talking about magnet fishing in the booth this weekend. I've been talking to Jeff and Steve and them. So they're really dedicated and focused, job focused all day, every day, talking about numbers, stats, crew chiefs, cars, whether that strategy, this strategy, that. And so I always kind of try to bring some nonsense into the booth. And this is just in between shows or like before we go on air or whatever. And this weekend's total nonsense was, "Hey, y'all, we should go magnet fishing together." And so Jeff Burton is privy to this conversation and followed up on Twitter saying, number one, after I asked him, "What do I need to know about magnet fishing?" We need a generous amount of beverages. Number two, be prepared to call the local authorities at any point. And number three, a designated driver captain will be required. Number four, keep your expectations very low. And number five, maybe I shouldn't assume I'm invited. So he is invited.
Why would he assume that? I don't get it. Why he'd be a great one to go magnet fishing with, wouldn't he?
Yes, he would. Yeah. For some reason, I just think just because he's Ward's brother, that he's just automatically great at everything in the outdoors.
Yeah.
Even though Jeff Burton doesn't come across as a guy that spends a lot of time in the woods, he just automatically has that in his genes and his makeup because of Ward. My favorite response was from Joseph. "Keep it away from your balls, but Mike will be fine."
Wait a second.
That was my favorite one.
Wait a second. Why do balls got to come into this?
I don't know.
All right.
Joseph.
Joseph. All right.
Thank you, Joseph.
Hey, something's got to anchor our boats. That's where mine come in.
Oh, God. Damn. That's funny.
Oh, man.
That was quick.
Hey, guys, I'm here to tell you 3 reasons why I love our sponsor, Tire Pros. Number 1, Tire Pros loves cars as much as I do. Number 2, they have great service. Number 3, they're committed to getting you back out on the road. Plus, they've got this really cool logo.
Dale, that's 4 reasons.
And they have over 600 locations, 24/7 roadside assistance, a great selection, and a best-in-class tire warranty. Tire Pros, love the drive.